Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ava gets even with Stefan. Does she actually cheat on Gabi? According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, there will be a significant altercation at Ava Vitali's apartment. Harris Michaels will become enraged upon hearing Stefan Demera's arrival and will shock Ava by telling her that Stefan shot him. Stefan attempted to complete the task at the hospital, as if that weren't awful enough. Days teasers state that Stefan would contend that he was left with no option because Gabi Hernandez Demera, last portrayed by Camille Ibanez, was constantly in danger from Clyde Weston. Harris, though, will believe that there's always a choice, and Stefan chose incorrectly. Fans of DOOL should prepare for a barrage of criticism directed on Stefan, who will attempt to bring Ava down with him by telling Harris that they shared a bed. That might have been a mistake because Ava's relationship with Harris won't be harmed, but if she retaliates, she could cause a great deal of harm. Days teasers suggest Harris will dismiss the inebriated one-night affair as insignificant, but his relationship with Ava is entirely different from Stefan's with Gabi. In addition to having a long history together on Days, Stefan and Gabi are married, which indicates that they have a significant amount of commitment here. Ava might feel tempted to update Gabi after Stefan tells Harris. That will be especially true if Stefan brings himself in and is able to wriggle out of facing significant accusations and jail time. A phone call, a letter, or even an off-screen trip to Statesville would suffice. Ava may be able to convince Gabi that her husband is a liar who needs to be fired in one way or another. Ava might conclude that since Stefan almost killed the guy she loved, he should also lose the woman he loves. Will Ava tell Gabi the truth about Stefan's broken vows as a married couple? It makes sense to eventually hand up the betrayal secret to Gabi, as she is set to be recast in the future. We anticipate more suffering because spoilers for Days of Our Lives indicate that Stefan's life will continue to fall south for some time. Due to a disastrous error, John and Steve are in a difficult situation and have no way out. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Steve Johnson and John Black agreed to assist Ava Vitali, Tamara Braun, in breaking Clyde Weston out of prison, which turned out to be a grave error. In addition to leaving without assisting them in locating Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin, the whole situation runs the risk of blowing up in everyone's faces. What takes place after that? After Hernandez will investigate everything. Days teasers suggest that Rafe Hernandez will not put up with this. Clyde has a long history of being a violent criminal in addition to being a drug ringleader. Hernandez will be more driven than ever to discover how Clyde broke free from jail and to bring the villain to justice because he belongs behind bars, and the fact that he escaped while Rafe was watching, in addition to putting Officer Goldman, Christy St. John, in his police department, makes this impossible. Although Steve and John are amazing spies, as they become older, they are starting to lose their edge. After all, it took them a bit to pick up on the hint Wendy dropped in the video through her use of sign language. This indicates that they probably made a mistake and left a trail of some kind. When it's discovered that Black Patch assisted Clyde in escaping from prison, what will happen to them? They should go to prison for this, for a long time, but since this is the land of daytime drama, it's likely that they won't. Even if John and Steve end up in jail, it won't be for many years, because they are important Days characters. Even nevertheless, when the truth is revealed, both men will feel a great deal of shame, especially Steve. After all, Clyde killed his niece Abigail Demera not too long ago. Can you imagine the reaction of his brother Jack Devereaux upon learning about this? What will happen, Chad Demera? Ava attacks, Tate's Destiny, Nicole vs. Sloan, and 2 police confessions. The upcoming 2 weeks worth of Days of Our Lives spoilers are here. Eric Brady overhears Sloan Peterson Brady's chat from March 18 to March 29. John Black intends to report Constantine Meliuni's daughter's murder to the authorities. Tate Black might also run into additional legal issues following his most recent antics in Holly Jonas' bedroom. Discover what will happen next in the Peacock soap opera by continuing to read. According to DOOL spoilers for the week of March 18, Nicole discusses Jude Brady's christening with Sloane. Fans may remember Nicole suggesting the DiMera estate as the location. Eric was aware that Sloane might not handle it well, but she is powerless to stop it. Nicole talks to Sloane about the arrangements while holding Jude the newborn. Nicole is suddenly prohibited from attending the christening, despite the fact that it is taking place in Sloane's house. Eric is implied to have overheard Sloane and Nicole discussing the christening. But might Eric hear Nicole being barred from the christening by Sloane? If so, Eric will be quite angry. When John finds out that he killed Constantine's daughter, he is appalled. The fact that Steve Johnson knew about it but chose not to tell John has even more upset John. After that, Steve informed Marlena Evans. It's likely that John would have chosen to inform Doc directly. John determines that, in any event, he must apologize to Constantine. He intends to give himself in to the police after that. It's possible that John won't make it to the police station. Most likely, Constantine will draw the card and call forth the pawn. According to spoilers for the upcoming week of March 18th, Harris Michaels will be facing Stefan DiMera on Days of Our Lives. Stefan then dismisses Ava Vitali from the situation. The mob princess herself knocks the hell out of Harris as Stefan informs her about his devotion for Ava. In relation to Stefan, he intends to confess to the authorities, exactly like John. Perhaps an update on Tate's most recent arrest will be provided. Will Holly ultimately come clean and absolve Tate of any guilt? Constantine will put greater pressure on Teresa Donovan to buy the Kyriakis' fortune during the week of March 25th. This would reintroduce Robert Scott Wilson's character Alex Kyriakis, who we haven't seen in a while. Nicole will eventually learn the truth about Jude the infant and Sloane. Also, there's a chance that we'll learn more about Blake Barris's Everett Lynch history as Bobby Stein. Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Don't forget to keep watching Peacock Soap Opera to see what happens next. Daybreaks for Days of Our Lives suggest that Maggie Kyriakis will have a DNA test to learn more about her heritage as a result of her chat with Constantine Meliunis. Will this DNA test help Maggie locate a new relative? Maggie's parents passed away when she was a little child. Are there any other relatives she might be related to? Days in the Life according to spoilers. When Maggie made a joke about possibly getting a DNA test, Constantine warned her to exercise caution because she had no idea who she might be linked to. But Maggie's interest is now piqued. Maggie might just take that exam to find out what results show. Maggie had just finished discussing the loss of her 2 children, after all. Maggie has also experienced the loss of 2 spouses. But Maggie was unaware of her son Daniel's existence until he arrived in Salem. Is it possible that Maggie's eggs were utilized by other women to conceive?